until the cold prosthetic leg was exposed to everyone. Only then did they realize that 5 years of hard labor had cost the son one of his legs. But what shattered the man's heart even more was that his family planned to take his remaining leg and give it to the adopted son whose leg was crippled from necrosis. Looking at these so-called family members, the last bit of warmth in the man's heart completely faded. Yet in the end he still agreed. 5 years ago, his biological mother brought him back home, and he carefully cherished this long-awaited family bond. But the adopted son felt threatened by his return, so he secretly poisoned the tea the man made. Just as he was about to leave, the man caught him in the act, but didn't think much of it, until the grandfather drank the tea and collapsed with blood pouring from his mouth. Only then did the man realize what had happened, but no one believed his explanation, and he was blamed for trying to kill his grandfather. He was sentenced to 10 years in prison for poisoning. While serving his sentence, the adopted son bribed other inmates, and the man was brutally tortured every day. Throughout his time behind bars, no one in the family came to visit. At one point he couldn't take it anymore, and secretly called his mother to confide in her, but she thought he was just seeking pity. At that moment she was busy comforting the adopted son, whose finger was barely scratched. The man was crushed. He thought he'd serve all 10 years in silence, but 5 years later, his family suddenly came to get him out. By then the man no longer had a home. Seeing how cold they were, he didn't say much, and simply returned to his grandfather's room. Even though he knew the adopted son was behind it all, he had no evidence. Just then the adopted son came to him, brought up the past on purpose, and arrogantly declared that this time he would take everything from the man. The man wanted to avenge his grandfather, but right then the family came rushing in. The adopted son seized the moment and provoked the man into punching him. The scene was seen by the family. His sister slapped him hard across the face, while the adopted son pretended to be the victim. No matter how hard the man tried to explain, he got no forgiveness. The adopted son even mocked him on the way out. Back in his small storage room, the man began packing to leave, when suddenly his fiancée showed up. She spoke gently and said she felt sorry for him. Her words warmed his heart, but in the next moment, she asked him to give his leg to the adopted son. In that instant the man understood everything. The early parole was just a ploy to harvest his leg for the adopted son, because the adopted son needed legs to dance, while he only needed his to walk. Seeing how everyone defended the adopted son, the man was completely devastated. The next morning, he packed up and prepared to leave, but a nearby gift box brought back memories. He remembered how on his birthday, which was also the adopted son's birthday, everyone gave gifts to the adopted son, while he stood by like a stranger. The gift he got was only given to him because the adopted son didn't want it. Looking at the box, he cursed his younger self for being so naive, and now that he saw everyone's true colors, he threw the box in the trash, deleted all his family's contacts, and decided to cut ties for good. Just as he stepped outside, his fiancée called in a panic. He rushed to the hospital, only to find out it was all a lie. His mother slapped him the moment she saw him. She said the adopted son's leg had worsened and needed an immediate transplant. While still trying to persuade him, his younger brother pretended his leg was in pain. As expected, everyone expressed concern for him. Then they all started forcing the man to give up his leg. Not once did they care about how he felt. When he still refused, his mother ordered other